Sieht aber so aus. Schon 7 Leute dabei. Hi Yoshi. Eine Minute.
Warst du schon an?
Ja und?
Achso, ich frage nur, dass ich jetzt nicht meine Nase vorhabe.
All right, it's 11 o'clock. We start the training. Hello, everybody. After having issues with the internet connection last Thursday, we are online again. And yeah, we hope that this time the network will not collapse and we just can do our training as normal. Well, as normal at these times, whatever that means. Yeah, this week happened a lot from for the Aikido people. It has been what was it? Yeah, Dosho has sent a message as greeting the Aikido people in the world, telling that we should not forget the values of our art and keep being, how do you say, patient, and but also not forget the idea of what we are practicing, which kind of art we are practicing, not to forget how to be human being and become better human beings. So I find that very difficult because it is quite a stress being locked up at home and not free to do what we want, not to have our daily or normal routines and training. But anyways, we have to deal with that and face the time, maybe for some longer than only a few weeks. So we should create new routines and become more professional with that, what we are doing here, for instance, because maybe it helps a few people to keep on training as we can keep on training, doing training as well. And then there was another sad story. This year, the Zenipon, the Old Japan Aikido demonstration, has been cancelled because nobody knows exactly what will happen until May, or what's quite reasonable. Yeah, but maybe that instead of this year, we can have it next year all together again. So we're going to start. Anything to say?
Hi.
Okay, today it's again Kenjutsu class. Well, let's see what we do. First we do a little bit warm up and stretching, and then we do some kata. Yes. Okay, let's do some warming up. My shoulders are stiff. Why? Right. So usually we do the suburi, and maybe you saw the last training. I don't need to explain as much as I did last time. You just take the knee hand position and do so minutes, not too much. But today we have a lot of program because we want to practice the Aishin tachi series of kata from the Kashimashi Niro's 5 kata and a lot of things to explain. So we keep that suburi thing a little bit short. It's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si. Just relax a little. And kiri can sit as well. So we start over the right shoulder and then alternate left and right. Okay. It's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, it's, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, it's, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si. Hidari hand ni kisari. Now, wire stance, of course, and do kisari. It's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, it's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, it's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, it's ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si. Emilia, ni, eight, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, ots, l, si, ai, ni, so, si, wo, wo, sitsi, Aichi Danskido. So you're just moving step forward and back by Aichi and knee. Just have a look. Okay, so lower center and knee. It's 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 knee. Okay. So, if you want to work a little bit more with the suguri, with the basic suguri, of course you can see the video from last Saturday. There we have a lot of explanation given what we are doing here and why we're doing that. But today we have a huge program with, as I already said, with the third series of kata from the Kashima Shinryu. It's called Aishin kumi tachi, and there are actually 5 kata. All of them are starting with a position, what is called wakigame. So that's what we are seeing first. Starting from Segan, from the position where we have our heels touching upright, the sword points, the Tsurano Kamae to the center of the opponent. We are going backwards with the right foot, lifting the sword over our right side to the shoulder high, maybe with grip, and put it back, lying on the right side of the sword on my body. It's not really touching my body, but it's in this position. So I start lifting, going back, and coming to this position. That's walking no gama. Okay, here there's different levels what you can put your sword in. The thing is, from the direction of the opponent, you hide your sword in a way, so it's not visible how you actually place it. You come forward with more than let's say more than 2/3 of your weight is on your front foot, because you want to come forward easily and fast with the stepping of the right foot. So that's the walking no gamai. Okay, we try together. Place your feet. You can come forward because we're going backwards. Place your feet like this. Heels are closed, touching, feet are slightly open, not too wide, not too close. And then the hoken is placed to the front, and you're lifting to the right shoulder, shoulder axis turned backwards, you're stepping backwards and bringing down the sword over your backside. Okay, one more time. It's only over the right side we're doing that, so we never change the left, for instance. Okay. While we are doing this motion, we also take back a little bit the front foot. The left foot is going half a length or half a step length backwards. So we are changing the distance to the opponent a little bit. From the side, to see, you can stay there again. We're going like that. It's not too much. You don't need to go too far away, but you have to change the distance to the opponent. Yeah. For those who are practicing with a partner, you're actually mirroring. Yeah, okay. You're actually mirroring the action of your partner. So maybe I'm leading now the motion, and Silvia is following me. Okay? So lead, turn your shoulders. Don't pull back the hands too early. The shoulders are going back and forward. Not too far with your hand. Okay. So, as you see, it's not bringing the hands aside. It's bringing the sword up and turning the shoulders inside. Basically, your sword is maybe always relayed to your center axis and not going on the side. And that's the impulse to step back. So up, backwards, and forward. Time. Walking no gamai. Okay. So from there, we are doing actually yokomenoshi. So what is the start of all of the katas in that series. We're coming forward to hit Yokominutsi. That's the first attack what we're doing. So from this position, walking Nogama, we're coming Yokomen. Yokomen actually is like Kesagiri, but it stops head high. So important to know is, with the Kesagiri, my hands are outside of the middle line. So they already crossed the line from our stance. And this part of the sword is ending in front of the face, the side. We practice ourselves. So we do Waki no Gamai and Yokomirutsu. And one more time. Seigan, lower your center, go backwards. Waki no Gamai and Yokomirutsu. One more time. Yes. Check. Do. You do yourself. Knowing, go backwards, and you come. Okay, that's very important, as you see, to do the proper cut. Before we are coming forward, we bring our hands over the shoulders, and then we cut. Okay, so it's not it could be a mistake to throw the bokken from below upwards. First, you lift it to the shoulders, and then you cut like if you would do kesagiri from the shoulder position, like we did in the sumo. Okay, we go together. So we go back, a little bit more distance, and then we come forward and we stop. And if we are stopping here, the crossing is right in the middle of our eye line. So actually, I can see Sylvia's eye, left and right of the crossing, and she can see mine as well. It's a very funny image if you see that. Basically, in the formal ways of Kashima Shinryu Kenjutsu, you have fukure shinai, so leather wrapped shinai, bamboo shinai, and those you can really hit on each other. We don't do that because we want to save our bokken. Well, of course, if we go in contact, it would be like controlling this point of contact. A little bit more and control this point. Yes. Give more weight from your center. Now with the contact. And this has to come a little bit more down. Okay, would be like that. But because we're doing kata and most of you are single in practice, so you stop before and don't take contact. I control this point. One more time. Okay, from there, in the Aishin Kumi tachi, all of these katas have two different options how we continue. One option is from the first point of control, we are in the right hand knee position, we change to hida, to the left side. But we do it, the change on the spot. So we are replacing the forward, the front foot by the back one, and we're keeping the same position, the same distance. That's one of the solutions from there, of three of the katas, and the other two change with the kesagiri and the way back. So first we come forward to control, but then we keep this leg on place and go backwards with the kesagiri from the left to the right. Okay, let's go hold. Okay, so remember my first is Yokominutsu, and then from the other side, Yakuminutsu. Or here, Yokominutsu. Again. Kilogamai, Mokumus. Okay. And the other thing is that we go backwards and do Kisagiri. First one is again Yokomuchi. And then going backwards. And Kisagiri. Okay. So, both of them. Okay, so before we are doing it together, one very important thing is the placing of the feet while doing the Yokomuchi or Kisagiri. In the Kisagiri, it's for sure we know this kind of positioning. The hanmi is the front foot is open to the side from what we're cutting. Yokomuchi has the same. So coming to the front is to put that kind of foot position in the ground, because if I turn like that, my hips are more easily to turn to that side, and then it's not stable and it's not supported well. If you come to the point where you hit here, you're putting actually all the connection to your back leg. Last week we spoke about how it is to shift the weight and stretch the leg until it gets somehow locked in the hips to support the hips, and then we come forward by swinging the sword to the right position. If I would turn the front foot, I cannot support and hold it. I think there's a post-op. You can practice when you take the stuff. That was a delivery by DHL. Okay, yeah, go again. Yeah. So, walking on that line. Or yeah, and bring both feet of the same line, so it's not beside the line. Close the stance of the same line. You're standing. Especially when there's a lot of energy coming delivered from the shoulder axis, then your feet automatically lose the line. If you take the energy from the center rotation, you can easily sense that if you go outside, you've missed the direction, and then your energy is not focused to the actual point of impact. Yes. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, you feel it, you know? Yeah. That's important. I mean, it's not, if we do mistakes or if we find out like, okay, it's not working, that's not a problem, we're just practicing. But it's good to find out and to sense what is the change, even if it is just 5 centimeters to left or right from the forward or the backward position of the feet. Okay, one more time. Yes. So we can do that together. Well, you you will see. I give a pause. Kumi-uchi, Kumi-uchi. Kumi-uchi. Okay, so now I didn't say what I wanted to do, but you could see. Just if you observe my whole position, my whole body, you can see what's going on. Especially if you see the hips. If they're stable on the place, and I'm not moving backwards, then you can imagine that one. If you can. Or the other way. Hey. Ah. Okay, so you do, I follow you. Okay, so this is the basic routine, or the starting of the kata from Aishin kumitachi. Now, I think we just do all of them today. Why not? Okay, so we start with the first one. It's called kiri. First, it's a kumitachi, so what we call binding the swords by coming forward and replacing on the front and hitting from. So the attacker, shiratsu, comes by a strike below this position. If you see this position, around here, there is maybe an opening. So the attacker wants to attack that. Therefore, we put aside the forward foot to the left and come with the right close to it. And then horizontal, we're trying to reach out to hit that spot what I just saw before. Therefore, to reach out to that spot below or center, because then we can go far more forward with the sword. So, yokomuchi, yakuyoko, left side out, and attack. Okay. Well, in the kata, the defender will throw away or cut down with the sword against my sword. So it ends with going backwards and letting the sword go backwards as well. So one more time, slowly, we go backwards. Come to the front, yokomuchi, yakuyokomuchi, yokomuchi. Left side out, closing the feet together, hitting underneath the hands and coming backwards because my sword will be thrown away. Then, coming backwards, going forward, changing on the spot, going outside, attacking, and it will go. Okay, I will show it from here one more time. So I go, if I attack, I come to cut yokomuchi, change from the same spot. Now I go outside, and I attack underneath the hands. Here, yokomuchi, coming outside, going back. Actually, this stepping outside the line and cutting horizontal feels a little bit like playing baseball. It's really like, if you see, I'm closing the line, I'm trying to come from the other side, impossible, so I go outside and try to hit from that position. If you see, we're going to do that together until this point. You just come with me until yakuyokomuchi. So if you come from the left side, yakuyokomuchi, and then you stop. So I can show where I want to attack. So I come here, you come in, and I want to come there. And I need to go low, because if you just would cut your sword, I'm in distance. If I would be here, she could touch me. So that's why the feet are coming together and supporting the whole center very low. It is because then I can reach far out with the sword. You see, if I'm standing like that, that's the maximum reach. If I lower my center, I can stretch the arms and don't lose my balance. If I come up, I will lose my balance. So that's why we have to lower the hips and put them back. One more time. Yokomutsu. And there we go. And it must be outside of the line of the part. You want to try? And well, it's outside, you know, it's that's the important thing. Okay, and you can hit me. Don't go too fast. Find the place where you need to come to. Okay, I think in the beginning it's not enough forward. So you should come more forward as an attacker with your first two tries. So I'm stopping you, but you're trying to enter. That's it. And you're trying again. Now you have the distance, because it's not that far reach, you easily reaching, and you're still outside. Okay, maybe it was just like 10 centimeters, but it was a little bit like holding back. If I hold back by attacking, I'll show you what I mean. It's like I can control, but my center is too far back. I need to come forward. I want to actually reach your head, and you have to stop. Okay, to stop me. I want to get, okay, but then the distance is not a problem. So don't hold yourself back if you want to strike me. Okay. And it's outside. Well, that's the attack. And now we do the other side of the kata. The answer from uchi is the following. So, of course, we start again with the same motion. Kumi uchi, kumi uchi. And when the partner is attacking, I'm closing my feet and dropping the sword to that position, upright position, and coming through the actually strike of the opponent. So I show from the side, maybe it's difficult to see. Again, and when the strike is coming, I'm dropping the handle of my sword to this position. And at the same time, I'm going through the strike of the partner, and my sword will cut through by the basic of the blade, the dominant. And we come behind and close the line again by taking the sword out. So we do like this. Okay, we try again. Yeah, try one more. I just turn around so I can see you. Yeah, go again. One more time.
I'm not sure whether this cut. Actually.
Yeah, you have to think about where is your opponent. So because I left the line and came outside. So if you throw back or put back my sword, and then you have to close the line. What means after cutting down, with the shortest way, you're pointing the tip to my throat, that's all. So if you imagine I would be attacking on the line, you'll find me. Well, actually, I'm pretty interested in the function of the forms, what we're practicing, because at some point we want to use it. It's just kata so far. Well, we are practicing to use it in, let's say, almost free fencing. That's for, in this kata, it's important to see how the hips make that function in going against the strike. So, if you are in this position awaiting the attack on the shoulder, it is actually your hips what is going to counter the attack. So my arms swing, and because of my hips are pushed forward, my hands are pushed forward, and then the sword comes behind. It's not like vice versa, because then I separate my upper body from the legs, and there won't be any, let's say, good power in this kind of strike. So hips and arms follow after each other.
But that means that there's no break between the.
Well, exactly. To make it work later from this position, there's not something like holding and going forward. But if you make a break, if you have a little pause now for the practice, it's still the center coming first, the hands coming second, going on, and the follow through is the sword down. Okay? Yes. And that's it. Don't move your sword now. Just let it drop a little bit. And then center comes. Even more center. Even more center. And then yes. Yeah, but what you are doing actually, and that's okay, you know, it still will work, but you will feel it is not as powerful. You are actually taking your center to a square position, and then you hold it square and moving forward. But actually, I'm rotating around my axis. So now I'm in a hanbi position. My center is turned to that side. It's not coming square, being hold and then push forward. It's turning around the axis and coming. Yeah, okay. No, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go together. We are going to do it very slow. And either you copy my position or her position, or if you would like to, you can both, of course. So you attack me. I go, and then you come to my shoulder. Exactly. So if you stay there for a second, here, if I would just move here, it would be too late. So actually, I must already move if your sword is not fully extended. But now, if you see, I'm coming this way and cutting through yours. And then I close this now. So we go very slowly to that point, and little by little we take a little bit more energy and more speed. Let's see. And this. It was already a bit fast, but okay. See when I'm needing to respond. As soon as you attack, now it's not necessary, but I see you're coming, so I'm going through. Basically, I'm adjusting to your step work. As soon as you're taking the step out, I'm preparing to bring my hips in, because that's actually the start when you're striking, is developing from your step. So I have to continue or follow that more. Let's see. Me. So that's the timing when you can. And now if you go full speed or faster or whatever it is. It is the same. It's actually no danger there. Hey! And important to know is we are actually touching in that area, not higher, because this high area, the worse function of that kata is developed. So it must be in this area. You want to try? I attack you. Slowly first. Let's see.
Wait, in which direction I have to go?
Just come forward. Okay. But
Yeah.
your sword was in that ankle in the impact. So if it is in that ankle,
Yeah.
and I go against, my sword will slide into your fingers and your knees. So do it again, that one. That is it. And now I show, because if I would be there or you would go lower, it's very difficult to hold that. So that's why it comes from the center to this point. And if you're going back again, one step back, and you're bringing your sword with the step to my sword now. No. You do your step, right step. It is like that. And it has a trampoline effect. Okay? One more time. And just cut from the side. And you come forward now. Okay? It's really safe if you're with your hips behind. It's not the hands, they follow through. It's like with the Chudan ski that the hips come first and follow through. We also put energy to our arms. But that is very important not to try to hold it with the arms, because then it gets really stiff and you get a lot of bad impact into your own body. So, in time. Okay. And there you go. You come a little bit forward and close the line. Yes. Because there. One more time. Eight. Oh, so I was already in it. Eight. Don't be shy. Just go through. Just, I would do it fluently, and you just go fluently. Don't wait. Hey. And one more time, and I don't stop. I go normal speed.
What?
Hey! Hey!
Normal speed.
Come on, you can. Hey! Hey! Don't stop yourself by leaning backwards. Just go through. I go through, you go. Hey! Okay. Still you hold.
Yeah,
Just
I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid, you know the feeling. Hey! Okay. One more time. Don't stop. Don't jump in, but don't hold yourself back. Hey! Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, we've been working a lot on that detail, so we won't be able to do all of 5 minutes today. So, but we can do one more in, well, I like very much taoshi uchi. What do you like? Do you think it's okay to do that? Okay, so we do one of the alternatives. That starts with the other situation, what we have already practiced. So we go backwards in that position, come to the kumi, go back again with the kiri, and now actually we're going towards the partner by crossing the bokken, the sword. So one more time from this position, backwards, now I want to come forward and we're crossing the swords in that position. So it's kind of tsuba tseriyai, where we are locking our tsuba and our swords are crisscrossed to the front of us. One more time. and coming forward in that contact. And we're keeping distance there, but you can already see where it leads to. Come in. Yes, Kisagi, and then going forward and crossing. Now you can see, if we put that together, we come into this position. You come in, going backwards, searching for the contact and crossing contact. Okay? Again, one more time, don't hold yourself back. You have to come forward as well. So actually we're mirroring our position, our energy, our range, motion. Please don't pull it up too early. It's still there. Okay. And that's actually the arm was giving the impulse. Don't pull the sword because then it doesn't work really. You have to keep it like that. Kumi, and here. So, from this position, the attacker wants to, let's say, try to get still in a kind of a shomen-uchi situation. I show what I would do if I'm attacking. Crossing, going back, crossing. So far, everything what we did was the same. What I can do is go out again and cut to the head from this position. So I can control this pace and cut. Of course, if I am not controlling and you're just lifting, I'm not coming in. So this point has to be controlled. And then we could touch the head. Okay? So, well, that's the kata. We're trying just to imagine, you can go together with me, what we're doing as the attack. So going backwards, Kominutsi, Sagiri backwards, going to cross, and you want to cut. You want to control the center line and coming to the opportunity to cut the head. One more time. Oh, Kisagiri, finding the cross, and you want to cut. Okay. You want to do that one time? I can see. Close. It's less going forward in the end than straightening up. Maybe it's even going backwards with the option of hitting. So you come in to see Kisagi, Suwatsariai, and yeah, well, kind of. Okay, that's the idea. So what's the answer? The answer is quite simple. As the defender, so that's it. If the sword comes towards me, I just lead it aside by stepping a little bit outside, and then the attacker is just in front of me, very open. The sword has already down, and there are several ways how to bring the attacker down. Either I just cut in front of me, or I turn around and push him away. There's several options. Sometimes you just hit with a with the basic of the handle of your sword. I just show. It's very simple. There's no big steps to think about. It's just the positioning. So you come in, we come and cross. If she wants to cut, I just leave her position. And from there, there's many options. I can push down, or I can cut down, or I can turn and push away. This is some of the options. So we go together. Good crossing and down. Okay. Oh, the third one. Okay. You want to try?
Actually, no, but yes.
You can do what you want. I attack. Okay. You have to first. When I attack, don't stop it. Go outside and let me go through. Yes. Don't stay in the line. You know, you have to give me space. Otherwise, our swords will go up, and then we have a different kind of type. Yes. Okay. No, first control that. Now I want to change the situation, and that's what you need to go here. Not down, just forward. Okay, it's like in Aikido. Your target is not bring me down. Your target is off balance. So if I'm like this and you're pushing there, I will lose my balance. If you push downward, I may don't. Slowly. So I attack, you step outside. No, don't push. Go to the direction where I'm not stable. There I'm stable. How's my stand? No, where is it? Ah,
No.
it's there. Yes. All right. You see? So that is called taoshi uchi, making the body break. All right. At least we had 2 of the kata. There's another 3. Okay, so the first one was kiri. So it's always named. What is it? Kumi tachi kiri is the first one. The second, the last one in the series, is kumi wakare taoshi. Those 2 kata we have practiced today. Right? Come on, we do our final finishing sominutsu work. Just take your own spot. I count and we go down to knee as we did last week. So you come up, you cut, and you come down into your knees in deep stance. And then again. So it's knee. So tsi. Wo. Wo. Tsi. Ots. Tsi. It's knee. So tsi. Wo. Wo. Tsi. Ots. Tsi. Okay. Relax. Arigato gozaimasu. Okay, so I'm not sure if we're still online, but it looks like yeah. And greetings to everybody. I hope you could follow a little bit. Yes, enjoy your practices and see you soon. We now will start the Zoom meeting. So if you're interested to ask a few questions, please, you're welcome to ask. And actually, I would like to see you all, like Anati. And yeah, see you later. Or next training is on Monday. Take care.